Gave my actual rebuttal when I've actually given it more thought. There's a lot of things I can point out in how they choose to conduct themselves that, I mean, I would say get off your high horse when it comes to your claims of value. Again, I don't have an issue with the way they're monetizing. I don't have an issue, but don't make criticisms of me when it comes to the way I'm monetizing. And I could point out some ways that you guys, again, I don't have an issue with the way they're moving, but don't get off your high horse, okay?
So the question, Brian's character, is he in it for the money? I believe, absolutely. I believe, in my opinion, he's in it for the money. But I don't believe at all that he cares nothing for the men. He cares about the men. That's why he talks about it. That's why he chose to talk about it. Does he defend it as well as Myron? No, he doesn't. But he talks about the modern dating era, and he brings up good points in his show. He did develop a much tougher skin and a much tougher way to go about people who disrespect him in his show, which is good because you can see that he is learning, that he is progressing, that he is advancing his technique when it comes to hosting his own show. But for Myron to try to take this moral high ground like he is a moral man of a man is laughable. Do you really want us to go back to how you acted towards Abba and Preach, Myron? You acted really childish. You acted unprofessional. You acted like an idiot. I don't know how far this Fresh and Fit versus whatever podcast is going to go. I believe they should call each other. But that's the other thing. Brian tried to call Myron dozens of times, so he says. And I don't believe he's lying. Because one thing about Brian, and not that I know him personally, but one thing about Brian, he's not going to say something like that in his show when it's not true. Myron chose never to answer him. Myron could have at least picked up the phone and said, hey, how you doing, Brian? You know what, Brian? I don't think that we should collab, etc. Pick up the phone like a man and talk to the man like a man. You don't ignore him. That's a female trait right there. That's a female action right there. Not picking up the phone because you don't want to talk to him. You don't want to tell him personally that you don't want to work with him. And Brian said that. I tried to call him. I tried to talk to him. You don't want to work with me? Fine. That's fine. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it as a learning lesson, or I'm gonna take it as a look. You know. And he said it. He said we could do big things together, but he chose not to. But then when people keep telling you about the whatever podcast, you come out and you say, well, Brian, you come out like you know Brian, saying that he's not in it for the men, he's in it for the money. How you know? You never gave the man an opportunity to talk to you. If that's the way you felt, why didn't you talk to the man? Why didn't you talk to the man if that's the way you felt? If you felt like he's in it for the money and not in it to help men, then you should have picked up the phone when he called you and tell him that. Simple as that.
Arch criminal who must be put away. Another innocent victim of homicidal maniac.